Thank you so much for joining us. I am literally the MC at this event, and my name is Loic, and I'm one of the owners at Winklmayr, and I handle the marketing side of the business. And this gentleman makes the bags, and I'm the guy who brings you the guy who makes the bags. That's more or less how it breaks down. It's not something we do every day, but this is a gathering of friends, essentially, and so we're keeping it quite informal, and that's why I've decided I'm going to be the MC. You'll forgive me if I look down at my notes from time to time, make sure I captured everything. So once again, welcome. Thank you so much for coming through here. It's really appreciated. It's a celebration. Today's a celebration. We're celebrating a collaboration that started basically a year ago. So just over a year ago or so, my colleague Annie proposed that she had this really cool person. She had this really cool person. And the idea was that Yasmin Mayet is a formidable woman of many remarkable qualities. A bold and captivating style. She built a reputation not only as a trendsetter, but as an icon of self-expression. And when we met, I had to agree. She brings I had to agree, right? So she brings an energy and she brings a perspective to the world of fashion that is entirely her own. So, as many of you know from the industry, obviously, it's not easy to carve a path that cuts through all of that and allows you to be absolutely an individual, that allows you to celebrate that individuality and have an unapologetic authenticity, which is what Yasmin has. So depending on how long you've known her, Yasmin, you'd know that she's dedicated years to social work, which gives a deep understanding of human beings, and also a sense of purpose, and is what makes her so special. So fashion isn't just about what you wear. Obviously, it's also how you express who you are. And she's the living embodiment of exactly that, and she's reminding us every single day on these phones. So I think you've inspired thousands upon thousands to love their uniqueness at any stage in their life. And through your own brand, and through your work as an influencer. So I'm going to stop there. An inspiring visionary who leads with grace and with purpose. And so Yasmin Mayet, let's give her a warm round of welcome. Thank you. As I'm often reminded, we are humble handbag makers. That's us. We are Winklmayr, and our founder is a direct descendant of a family that goes back to the 1600s, working with leather, quietly toiling away in his workshop, crafting with his hands what his mind tells him that nature has provided, and that's what guides him. So it's absolute magic to see him working, tirelessly crafting to the highest standards with exotic leather materials that we are so proud and privileged to work with. His story started in Austria. Working alongside his elders, learning the craft from feel. And so later confirming his knowledge in theory and graduating at the top of his class, the youngest master at that time. And so I think it's been a long road. Eh?
Still.
Yeah. Oh, that hasn't been beaten. So that record hasn't been beaten. And so since arriving here in the early 80s, it's been a long road, and HP has co-founded Via La Moda, and since then, that was in the 90s, so a South African iconic exotic leather goods brand. Finally, in his 60s, right in the middle of COVID, with nerves of steel, starting out again as Winklmayr, really coming to life, taking the family name onto new heights. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the man behind the scenes who stands behind many of our country's top designers, quietly working in the background, and who knows how to properly work with intricate exotic leathers. And I give you the legendary Hans-Peter Winklmayr, HP.
Thank you, Mr. Loic.
So about a year ago, we decided to collaborate. I mean, that's the reason we are gathered here today, these two fine people. We decided to collaborate, and it's a word that is so often thrown around quite casually, collaboration. And it means different things to different people. It meant, to us, it meant that we are the handbag makers and we are not personalities. We're quite camera shy in general. And Yasmin, as talented as she is, wasn't a handbag maker. But that's the point, really, isn't it? What fresh perspectives could she bring? And so that's what we found out. And it's been a wonderful road walking together for a year now. And it's been gratifying watching the evolution of the Afra bag. And I cannot wait to get to it. So here's what we're going to do. A few of us have some questions which we'd like to ask them. And I have no doubt that we're going to enjoy the answers. And amongst us is none other than Adrian Furstenburg, that you probably have met already, artiste de mode and award-winning handbag designer all the way from Singapore. Thank you so much for joining us, Adrian.
Thank you so much for having me, Loic.
Thank you. Yeah, come on right over here. And what Adrian is going to do, have a seat.
Thank you.
Adrian is going to prompt HP and Yasmin for some insights, and then I'll ask HP afterwards, after he's done, to talk us through the creation of the bag, which you've all seen it on the other side of the phone, but you haven't seen them in real life, right? Because I only got you at 10, so no one's... Okay, good. Lovely. So, and then after that, I'm going to ask Yasmin a few questions as well, and she's going to show us what she's co-created with us and how it could be worn, and then we'll wrap up. So, Adrian, take it away.
Thank you so
Go
much,
right
Loic. Hello, everyone. My name is Adrian Furstenburg, as Loic said, and what an honor to be here. To sit with these two incredible people, like the master of form and function, and the master of fabulosity and fashion. So, no, it's really such a great honor to be here. So, I've got a few questions for you, HP. Inspiration, which is also a word that gets used quite a lot amongst the creatives, but what inspired you to venture into the world of luxury handbag, and how has your journey evolved over the years?
Well, if you are born into a family which goes back a few hundred years, you don't have much option. It's like
Destiny.
that's what it is. And I must say, my father and my grandfather, they took me into the workshop from early stages. And that formed it, because you start working with material, you can do things no one else could do. I had the most beautiful Indian outfits made with the long phrase. So that's how I started off. And then, as you grow older, then you realize that what your parents do has one mission, but that doesn't always mean you want to do the same thing. So, rebellious as I am, I said, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do something with clay, or an architect, something different. So my father said, okay, this is what you want to do. I'll show you how to work with clay. He took me to a factory, and I saw them up in the arms in clay, sweating. No, that's not for me. Then he said, you want to be an architect? Yes. So he took me to the university, to the lecture, and the man said to me, it's going to take you, and I was 14 years at the time, another 14 years to become an architect. Whew, that's a long time. So I became a handbag maker. It was much quicker, and it was a beautiful experience. Then my father took me to the fashion school in Vienna, Hetzendorf, and that really changed my life completely. Firstly, there were many international people there, so you're exposed suddenly to people who don't speak German. So you have to learn a different language, like it or not. And then they tell you stories about different towns, and the interest was there. And then one of my colleagues was working in a company in South Africa, and she says, come. So I said, well, I'm a trained Austrian, you don't just come somewhere. You need a contract. No, they don't write contracts here. So, all right, I go to the embassy, apply, 3 months later I was here.
Amazing.
That was 1981.
Yeah.
And the company then was Dolphin Leathercraft, and Mr. Zöller was a very extraordinary man. And from him I learned a lot as well. And then you apply what you learned and you grow into it, and people want things made, they show you stuff. You go to fairs, you read about it, you follow trends, and that's how you then get into it, and that's how I grew.
That's incredible. What an incredible journey of like what was given to you, that you could take it and turn it into something, and that like the country of South Africa can benefit from it. And I remember I met you about 15 years ago when I came to the studio at Villa Moda when I was a little skinnier, and but I had a lot of big dreams, and I remember distinctly like your ability to execute, because the creativity that is involved in handbags is very, very intricate. It's engineering as well. It's not just about aesthetics. Like and I remember that distinctly. So you had an impact on me as a designer as well. So
you see, there's always a trade-off between functionality and look. And I'm often asked, what's more important, the look or the functionality? And I always say the same thing. If you like it, it's yours. If you don't like it, don't look at it. That's simple as it is.
100%. And this is a perfect, functionality and looks and aesthetics. So craftsmanship, Winklmayr is known for creating beautiful things. And of course, but the fashion industry, especially in leather goods, is also trend focused. Winklmayr is known for its commitment to craftsmanship, as it says over here. And how do you balance maintaining traditional techniques with the modern trends in luxury manufacturing?
You see, first of all, the basics remain the basics. There's not much you can change about
Reinvent,
that.
yeah.
But over the years, technology has given us help to do things in an easier form. Cutting has changed. Computerized machines with stitching ability. So all these things help us making it, but it's still handmade. You need the human behind it to drive these machines.
100%, yeah.
That's that. It is advanced. We do it quicker than we did it 20 years ago, but the important factor is that the finish does not suffer, and the finish is done by hand.
That's really beautiful, because I think most of us over here, have this. We've all used ChatGPT, and we're as inspired by artificial intelligence. We're also fearful of it, but I don't think AI will take over the craft and love that goes into finishing a handbag. It's just not possible.
You see, you need to have a feel for it, and the material will talk to you. When you touch it, it will tell you what it wants, and then you marry the different materials together. And if you get the marriage right, we all know, then it works. If you don't get it right, it's not going to work.
It's not going to work, yeah.
And you need to have the feel and the understanding of what you want to achieve. And that's the secret.
And that can't ever be created by technology. That's got to come from human. Yeah.
Not to my knowledge, no.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. I want to move. You mentioned the leather speaks to you and kind of tells you what it becomes. And my next question is could you share a memorable moment in your journey as a master craftsman that deeply impacted your design philosophy? Was there something specific that stood out?
When I started my professional life, it was all about copying the big houses. You had the Birkin, you made the Kellys, and that worked. And when we tried a different approach, we said, okay, we're no longer copying, we're making our own designs. And my partner at the time says, yeah, but no one knows that. Will we sell it? What's going to happen? I said, we find out. And we did. And after the 1,000th item, we thought, okay, that's the way to go. You do your own thing, you bring your own DNA. And that experience was about 15, 18 years ago. And I've honed in my skills now on exactly that. We do not copy. All my styles are completely out of my head. My inspirations are women. I think of them.
You can only think of them. You can't understand them. Yeah, that's how part goes. Yeah.
If I master the understanding of women, then I would get the Nobel Prize, but that won't happen. No, the thing is, we need items to fulfill a purpose, or we need items to look good. And the best part is if you match the both. That it has a purpose, it can work for you, and it makes you feel good and look good as well. So that's the first prize. Every now and then you get the first prize, and in between it's not the first prize. But that's the future lies in doing your own thing, put your own DNA on, believe in yourself, and that's what we are going to do with our new range coming out. It will be something very different again.
Oh, that sounds incredibly exciting.
Yeah.
So we've had a
next
few.
year.
Pardon me.
In June next year.
Oh, fantastic. So we had a look at the past, your inspiration, your journey as a master craftsman coming from Austria to South Africa. And now today we're here in this beautiful setting, exploring that what we're all waiting for, the Afra bag. And so we're at past, we've got the present, and so what is the vision for the future? Is there something around innovation that you would like to share with us? What might be happening? We've got June coming up, but maybe apart from that.
Well, the most important thing is to succeed, and that you never give up. You still believe in yourself, and if you do it right, then people will follow you.
Oh, 100%.
And that's, in short, my vision, to make it right.
That's beautiful, because it's what I love about that is it's not just a vision for you as an individual, but it is a vision for everybody here and for the rest of the industry. So that is very inspiring. Thank you so much for sharing that. I think that deserves a round of applause.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, HP. My dear Yasmin, we had lunch the other day, and you've been so inspiring in my journey as a handbag designer, and we've been great friends over the years, and it really is an honor and a privilege to be here and to see this fabulous creation. But before we get to that, I want to ask you a few questions, if that's okay. Firstly, love the look.
Thank you, courtesy of, where is he? Farmer, there, Button Brothers.
That's another applause for sure. So, pivotal moments. You've built a unique presence in the industry, as Loic just mentioned. Was there a pivotal moment or something that shaped your journey and solidified your passion for our fashion industry?
It's a difficult question to think of a pivotal moment, because I think a sort of style for me is evolution, because it comes with a growth in who you are, how you believe in yourself, the confidence that you then develop over the years, because you don't start out just going, oh, I'm just the style maven. It doesn't always happen like that. But you can look back and see things that definitely showed where you were going to go. So when I think about beautiful objects and beauty as a whole. Yeah. And I always remember loving beautiful things. When it came to my clothes, more so than anything else. That's how I wanted people to look at me. Not, oh, what is she wearing, but when somebody admires, when I look at somebody and I go, oh my goodness, I love that handbag, or I love those sneakers, that type of thing. I remember when I was very young, I wanted a pair of sandals that obviously was way too old for the age I was, but I insisted that I wanted it. And I had to drag my mother into the city. They were these Perspex heels that I won't wear now, but they were then. You see, fashion comes around. But that's what I wanted, and I always remember being attracted to beautiful things, and then how that would look on me. So, but it's a gradual phase in how you then utilize those things to become who you are.
That's so
because
beautiful.
You don't think about it when you're putting on the clothes. Do you know what I mean? When you're young, you just put on things. You don't think about the impact it has, how you feel about it, and what that says about you.
You know, that's such an important thing that you're mentioning, because when we went for lunch, like, both of us said, oh, we're a little late because we had wardrobe malfunctions.
Yeah.
And it's like, it sounds so silly, but beauty is so important, especially in these incredibly frustrating and demanding times.
Absolutely.
Like, I mean, we need it to survive in some way.
Yeah.
And one of the things about you that I absolutely love and admire is you do put so much love and attention into how you dress. And whenever I see you look beautiful, it does create a feeling of beauty inside of me. So it is a language essentially,
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
which is amazing.
Yeah.
I love how you
me,
said that.
when I'm putting on clothes and whatever, my accessories, my shoes, it's done with intent.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
just, I don't slap things on and just go, well, because what I do with my clothes is tell people who I am.
Yeah, it's your vocabulary. That's how you pronounce it. Yeah, that's really
And
amazing.
yesterday I was gangster, today I don't know what people are going to call me.
Businesswomaning it. No, looks amazing. So my second question is around personal style, or as I like to call it, style personified, for sure. We know, as we said, fashion is constantly changing. How do you stay true to your personal style while embracing trends? And what advice would you give to others trying to find their own style identity? Not that I think anybody's struggling here to find their
No.
style identity, because, oh my God.
I choose my friends well.
Very, very well. No, exactly. No, very, very well, yeah.
That's the other thing also that comes with age, with maturity, with your own belief in who you are, is that you don't always have to follow trends. Yes, there are trends that of course we all love.
Yeah.
But you get to a point where you know what's going to suit you and what isn't. And at a point in your life where trends can be important, but you can also be at that point where you go, I don't care what anybody says is in, I'm wearing what I want to wear. And that's where I am in my life. So I can acknowledge trends, and I can identify with some things that I really like. I mean, I can see things come and go because we know it always does a replay every now and then. A more modernized, a more contemporary sort of version of something that your father did or your mother did or whatever. And you can use that as an interplay with the memory of the people that you, of course, remember and who you are right now. So you do what you want, and my advice, and I don't even need to give anybody advice here, they all do what they want, which is wonderful. And that's why I'm attracted to all of them.
No, it's so amazing. I mean, so the thing is, I mean, this question isn't something that I wrote down, but I mean, do you think you find those items, or do those items find you?
I think items find you. Perhaps like HP was saying, the leather tells you what to do. I just know. I can fleetingly walk past something and know exactly what it is that I want out of a whole lot of things.
So it does find you.
So it's like two things coming together.
The synergy.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, so I mean, the word collaboration has been used a lot. Like, I mean, and a collaborative effort is two opposing things, such as like functionality and engineering coming together with aesthetics and fashion. But what does collaboration mean to you personally?
I'm, first of all, a very big believer in collaboration. The fact that in the business that Cynthia and I have, there are two people working together. I always think two heads are a lot better than one. Do you know what I mean? So, as you know, HP in this sort of collaboration, like you said, HP, he knows how to put the stuff together. And there were little details that I wanted that maybe I wanted a whole lot of other things. It was, no, you can't have that.
Not possible,
It's what Cynthia does to me.
Yeah.
We can't do that. So collaboration is important to keep you on track in your lane, because sometimes you don't know everything.
I really love that.
And I think it also brings community together. And I think that's also very important.
Because I think there's something, what you just said, that's so inspiring, because I think it's easy to be creative. Like, it's easy to take a canvas and just throw a bunch of paint on it and create something what we think is creative. But true creativity essentially happens within very specific boundaries. And I think like what you guys are creating here is exactly that. So that brings me to my last question, which is around design elements. How did you bring your personal style and the vision to the Afra bag, which will be revealed today? Could you share an element of the bag that reflects your personality?
So I love versatility. I love, like even in my clothes, I love it to have different ways of being worn. It can't just be that one particular way. And I think this handbag has done exactly that. It's brought out the thing I love, versatility.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think some people have seen it already, but I'm going to hand over back to Loic, because I think we are all in great anticipation for the reveal of the Afra bag.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Adrian. So what I'm going to ask is for you, Yasmin, to stand over there next to this plinth. And HP, if you'll stand next to this plinth over here and unwrap these lovely ladies. So undress these lovely ladies. And let us see what it is that you've co-created.
HP's rubbing his hands a bit too.
So why don't you go ahead and do that, and then I'll ask you a couple of questions about how we got to this point. Da, da, da. Lovely.
This is HP and my baby.
So listen, while you're still standing, maybe we can have a quick walkthrough. HP, can you give us a quick walkthrough of that process of developing this bag? Like why does it look like it does? Like how did we get there?
It was actually quite simple. We asked Yasmin to pick a style, and then she picked a style looking similar to this, and I could see she liked it, but she didn't love it. There is a big difference. So then we said, okay, what is it you don't like? Can you tell me? And then we started sketching, and then we were looking at the logo, and then you said functionality. It needs a different handle. And I said, what you want cannot be made. Ah, you find the solution. Okay, so we figured out a way of making it possible, and that was the result. And I think it's very nice.
Yeah. I said to HB that as much as I love a crossbody, sometimes you don't want your handbag to interfere with your clothes. You just want to be able to have everything showing beautifully. And I also like carrying my handbag like this. So that worked. And then I said, but I don't want to have a separate strap to add on when you want to have the crossbody. Because when you're casual, you don't mind the crossbody. And so as much as he said it was impossible, he did it. So it can become a crossbody all in one. Yeah.
So Yasmin,
And what I love is how the logo was designed with the Y and the W. I think it looks so cute.
there is a story there, and so the spirit of the collaboration actually was like this. Often it's inevitable really that there is a dominant partner in the collaboration because of brand equity, because of whatever the reason might be, finance, whatever the case may be. And we didn't want that. And we have a W, which is important to us. And Yasmin's name is important to her. And if we had had the logo done any other way, it would have had either the W first or the Y first, or you could read the one and not the other. And so we couldn't find our way. And what we could see here, if you will imagine it, is almost a twisting, almost like a genetics kind of thing, where things are coming together, DNA, and you've got the Y and the W, where literally that one is on top, but it doesn't have to be on top. They're actually together. We literally brought two forces together. And if you look at the bag up real close, you'll see that there's a little piece of leather that literally cuts across the two, just to show you that they are two separate letters, but absolutely together. Now, Afra, can we spend a moment talking about Afra? Tell us about the significance of this name.
So when we were thinking about what the bag needed to be named, Annie sent me lots of different names, and it was just not gelling with me. They were French, and I was like, this is a bag produced here with two people who live here. leather from here, it has to have a South African name. And I was in a store with a friend of mine, and I said, please help me find a name. And she said, oh, I'm just going to look on here and see what indigenous plants are called. And the first plant that came up, and I can't tell you the, whatever you call it, the biological name, I don't know what that's, the species or whatever. It was something Afra. And I was like, you don't even have to tell me more. That is the name of the bag, not only for the fact that it's an indigenous South African plant that has incredible healing properties. It's known as speckworm, purslane, elephant bush. It's a succulent. It's like a really strong, resilient plant. And the fact that my daughter is called Afra. So I said, there's no more thinking, and that's why the bag, is called Afra.
Give us some style tips here. Just show us how this bag works. Talk us through it.
I will talk you through it. So, the other thing that's, all the little things that are so nice is the little leather here that has like an upside down Y. This became a longer piece because I like detail. And as I said, I wanted the straps to go very easily. And all you do is bring it out, and all the, just through the one buckle, you can make it as long or as short as you want it. So I like it fairly close to my body.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
All right. And also I chose the color and the matteness of this because you often get a very sort of patenty looking ostrich leg. I like the matte and this color because I was thinking if you're buying or investing in a handbag, you want a color that's going to last for a long time. When you've got the 10 bags or whatever, then you go, I want purple and I want Lumo green but a basic in your wardrobe that's going to be with you forever. That's why I chose this very neutral, I want to call it a donkey color, but I mean, I don't know what the color's called, but that's what I like. So, yeah, and I mean, you can style it any way you want, really. It goes well with the suit, even across the body, but I don't like messing with the way a suit looks when I've got like this, so that's why I hold it like that. And you can make that handle that you're holding also as short or as long as you want it to be. So this is Yasmin Winklmayr, and style it in the way you want to. Handbags for me right now are no longer matchy-matchy stories. Yeah. You can have green shoes and a pink handbag, and if you like your accessory, wear it. It doesn't matter about the color. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. So I want to spend a minute on collaboration just to illustrate my point. So these bags are made from recycled South African discarded plastic bottles. And I'll tell you something, it rivals Italian fabrics that you can get. It truly does. And we went through an extensive period of testing to eventually get to this point. And what we really like about it is that the bottles had no purpose. They were lying, they got no use. These have a very important function. And the luggage tags that some of you have, those were made in collaboration with with a company called Urban Sleeves. And that's what they do. They do lifestyle products made from recycled plastic bottles that are made into felt. And then they shape those into all kinds of things. But one of the things that they did with us is they created the boxes that our wallets go into. And so the bags go in here, the wallets go into the felt sleeves. And they very kindly put that together for us just for this event, because a lot of big companies and hotels actually use exactly those luggage tags. When somebody checks in for the first time, they put that on your luggage, and so it's like that. And these bags are stitched by Gogos in Alexandra. We work with a non-profit, and we give them the printed panels, and they make up the bags for us. So like everybody's working together, and these Gogos are absolutely important. They're a critical cornerstone of South Africa's society, providing a form of income, providing us a way of having an activity and sustenance for the children. So like everything just working together. Now, right over there behind you are little dust bags containing a keyring made from exotic leather. There's one for each of you. So please take one with you. It's a Winklmayr keyring, and those are made from the materials that come basically from the kind of products that we make. Because if there is one thing that HP absolutely is passionate about, is wastage. Because these are precious materials. These are animals that lived. They had a life, they had a purpose. And we're so privileged to have them made up into a bag. And they are leftover materials, and they have a function. You just need to discover what that function is. And I think you'll love the keyrings. They're really, really cute. And again, in collaboration, Annie's sister very nicely put together for us those beautiful chocolates that are behind you. So please take a box with you on your way. I think you're going to find it just absolutely incredible. They're the most delicious thing. So without much more ado, basically we've got 20 of these bags. They are numbered, so it's a numbered edition. And when you buy one, we're going to initial the name of the client inside the bag. It's going to be absolutely your bag. It's one of 20, and there's no jippoing the system. There will only ever be 20. So you'll be one of 20 ladies on the planet that has such a bag. It's an absolute privilege. And it's very... Hey?
No. People,
Yeah, exactly.
Loic
Yeah.
is being sexist. It's for everybody. It's for everybody.
So it's very easy. You want to get one, you go on to... well, there's two ways, actually. One way is to stay right here at the Fair Lawns, because the Fair Lawns very kindly provided us with this venue and provided us with this absolutely stunning event. And they're getting an allocation of 2 such bags. So they will be in their new boutique found right here on the premises. So that's where 2 of these bags will find their home. And then the other 18, the only way is really through Instagram. You go to Yasmin's profile, click on the link, it'll take you to the page, buy it, and that's how you get it. And we'll personalize it with your name. So, and it's as simple as that, really. So thank you very much for coming through. It's really appreciated. I think this is going to be a fantastic launch. We've got a lot of confidence in this, and we're really grateful for this collaboration. It's been lovely. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So please don't run away. We have desserts still coming out. There are some warm foods floating around. There are some chocolates. So just enjoy yourselves. I will be taking this man back to the workshop.
Go and make some bags.
Go and make some bags. But please enjoy the venue. It's here for the day. Thank you. Thank you.